Oh man, it is getting nasty out here. And this is just the start of the wind. I think I'm going to have to do the morning briefing from behind the berm. Woo. Hey, good morning, my friends, and welcome to beautiful Surfside, California, where the wind is blowing here today in Southern California, right between Seal Beach and Huntington Beach. It's a nasty morning. I told you this weather was coming. It's actually manifesting itself a little bit earlier. It is really going to start to blow here in another hour or so. And I'll tell you right now, I am on the look out for those balloons. They're everywhere. And if it's not obvious from my appearance this morning, it is Valentine's Day. So, happy Valentine's Day. Don't blow it, guys. Your fishing depends on you putting on a really special day for your lady today. We've got a lot more to cover with you. Good morning, everybody. It is time for the morning briefing. Delicious. Hey, I want to thank everybody who sent in a coffee cup to me. I have received numerous, and I can't thank you all enough. I lost my cup, and in the mail, I got a ton of coffee cups from all of you. I deeply, deeply appreciate it. Don't blow it today. It's Valentine's Day. It's a great day for you to spend with your loved ones. You can make Valentine's Day a thing of friendship also. So to all my guy friends out there, I send you my very, very best. And to all the ladies, of course, Valentine's Day is a very special day. Keep that in mind. Man, it is windy and cold, and I hope that the mic, I got my back to the wind here, so I hope this is going to work out. If not, I'm going to have to reshoot this segment, but I want to get into so much with you all. Now, one thing, sometimes the lady in your life may not like to fish. My wife can't stand fishing, so she doesn't go fishing, but she'll go on a whale watch trip. She loves that, being out and seeing nature, all the dolphin and the birds and the whales. And you're looking at footage from the Judith Ann out of 22nd Street Landing in San Pedro, California. Tom Dura is the captain. He's been doing this for decades, and he can take you out on a private whale watching trip. 6 or 8 people. You go out and you get to do it with family and friends. And right now is gray whale season, so you can see some really magnificent stuff. Those drone shots are from my friend Chuck Zimmer, who's a great guy, and I highly recommend that you take a trip with Tom. I know you would enjoy it. His number, call him. Wish him a happy Valentine's Day. Tell him hugs and kisses from Phil Friedman. 310-877-1257. Man, I'll tell you, that's a great way to get out with your wife, your loved ones, and have a really special time. And that thing is fast, 25 knots, so you're on the whales or other natural, beautiful adventures in a moment of very little time. All right, the seagulls are even getting out of the wind right now as it is nasty. All right, new Patreon members. Remember, it's www.patreon.com/Friedman Adventures. Can't thank Paul Burbank enough for his great support. Paul, hope you're feeling better, my friend. Thank you so much. Chuck Zimmer, who shot that drone footage. Chuck, you're the best. I always enjoy spending time with you and your family. Dan and Kim, of course, are huge parts of the Friedman Adventures family. Dan and Kim, I thank you so very much. Jeff Yeomans, Jeff, thank you for your service. I'll see you Sunday for the 540 Slingers Club casting and coffee event. I'll have more on that in just a little bit. And Tom Nelson. Tom, you're the best. I really appreciate your great support. All right, folks, let's get into it. We'll take you south of the border down in Cabo San Lucas. It's not this windy, but it is windy and nasty, and the fish have not been biting all that well. That comes from Sean Morgan, who runs the yacht Wild and Sack down there. He says that there's been some wind. There's an occasional yellowfin tuna in Dorado. There's some rooster fish on the beach, not a lot in Sierras, also on the beach, but not all that wide open. Striped marlin, hard to find right now, but that's all going to change as we move further into spring. Down there at Cedros Island, mostly halibut and white sea bass, and every day is different down there. They're going to get some wind out of this nonsense also, so we'll have to wait for that, but they're just on the cusp, standing on the precipice of some wide open yellowtail fishing as they have every year in Cedros. That is great stuff. Taking you there to the San Quintin area. That area has produced some really good yo-yo iron yellowtail fishing at times and lots of rockfish. Once again, they're going to have some wind, and so is the Collinet area, which is going to curtail our San Diego bite. San Diego's had a very tough time getting down to Collinet this year because of the wind. Now, this wind is going to blow through Wednesday. It's going to go calm, and then we get another blow on, of course, Saturday. Perfect, right? To screw up the weekend. So we'll see if that manifests itself or not. But this certainly did show up, and it is quite windy for sure. All right, so San Quintin and Collinet, there's yellows there, mostly rockfish. Ensenada, lots of rockfish there. They are in the wind tunnel today also. So our friends down there at Blackfin Sport Fishing, Victor, and all the guys down there, Nacho, Costa Baja Sport Fishing, Diego Nuno, and of course our good friend Arnie at Arnie Man Sport Fishing are hunkering down. They've been catching lots of bonita around Punta. They've been catching rockfish, sheep's head, and whitefish, and treefish, and bocaccio, and vermilions, and a partridge. Oh, it's the wrong time of year. Anyway, lots of variety of rockfish. They're great eating, colorful, lots of fun to catch. So we'll keep our eyes on that for you also. All right, now, as we cross over the border and we start to look at what's going on locally. Remember, rockfish season is closed in Southern California until April the 1st. Some really interesting areas are going to open up on April the 1st. Parts of the 14-mile bank, the west end of Catalina, and some of that deep water stuff is going to be great. A lot of guys are saying, I don't want to drop and wind up so far. Man, come on, you're going to get these big monsters. And there is some stuff that hasn't been fished for years that is going to open up again. So that's exciting stuff. For now, if you want to fish rockfish, you have to go across the border. Two ways to do it. Drive across and fish down there with our friends in Ensenada or San Quintin or, wherever it is you decide to go. Or you can also jump on a sport boat out of San Diego. Once this wind blows through here, you'll be able to go on extended half-day trips or those Collinet trips, and the rock fishing across the other way is really, really good. So there's some good fishing there. On days when it gets really windy, another thing is that San Diego Bay halibut bite. And I'll tell you, one guy that's got it dialed in, and he was just on our show, is Nathan on the Long Run. You can go to his website, thelongrunsportfishing.com, or give him a call at that number and book a trip with him. That halibut bite inside the bay is phenomenal. He also goes offshore and targets bluefin tuna. You can do all of that with him. There's his phone number. Mention Friedman Adventures, save $100. 100 big ones. So do that, and I guarantee you a great time. He's a really nice guy. He's eager to share information with you, and some of those flatties inside the bay there, phenomenal. I can't wait to take advantage of that myself. Now, elsewhere, we're catching some sand bass and calico bass and sculpin and whitefish. That's what's open right now. Not wide open, of course. We're dealing with this wind. It's going to be till Thursday, I would say, till we get back to some normal fishing. So we'll keep our eyes on that for you very, very closely. You're fishing structure bass in most cases. So 40-pound fluorocarbon, www.opsonusa.com. Put in FA at checkout. And that's the way to get a free gift from Greg Brown, as well as a love note. And if you see Greg at any of the shows coming up, make sure he gives you a hug and a kiss for Valentine's Day, because you went on his website and purchased his line. He's happy to do that to anybody who comes up to him. So anyway, sculpin and whitefish and those bass, 40-pound probably is what you want to fish with. You might have to switch it up if they seem really finicky, but normally they'll bite a squid with the 40-pound, about a 2-ounce lead head, torpedo sinker, sliding egg sinker in most cases, unless you're in a hurricane like this. And then, of course, you want to up how much lead you are using. John Ho recently, with all kinds of sculpin and sand bass and everything else, he's had some really great fishing down there in that neck of the woods. San Diego on the Dolphin is where he's been fishing. Dana Wharf, they've been doing their thing. They also have those lobster trips. Of course, we were out on a lobster trip on the Real Fun recently and had an absolute ball. Just ask the people who were on board. It was so much fun. And in addition to that, we continue to watch up and down the coast here, looking for some surface action, but water temps are cool and things are not happening. In terms of surf fishing, don't you dare even think about it. It's way too dangerous right now. Too windy, too dangerous. Stay away from this out here. I'll show it to you here in a second. It's nasty, and it's going to get nastier. So not a good time to be surf fishing. There's been a few halibut taken in the surf, as well as barred perch who like this cooler water. No question about that. All right, don't forget the Bart Hall show in San Diego opening up, and it's going to be a good one, starting on the 16th of this month, running through the 19th. I plan on being there on Saturday. You can look for me in the island fishing tackle booth, and I'll just be walking around, aimlessly, just looking around and kind of, I don't know what I'll be doing. Having fun, enjoying all the exhibits, and I can't wait to see my friend Bart and tell him congratulations. Good to have him back. We missed him for a very long time. All right, my friends, hit that like button. Please hit that like button. It means so much to us. If you want to become a Patreon member, we would deeply appreciate it. Some swag headed out your way and all kinds of other good stuff. www.patreon.com/Friedman Adventures. And I tell you, it is freaking cold out here this morning. So once again, happy Valentine's Day. Have a wonderful, wonderful day today. I wish you all my very best. Take care of the one that stands by your side all the time. It'll pay off with more fishing trips. Trust me, but it's the right thing to do. Have a great day. Happy Valentine's Day. I'm out of here. I'm freezing to death. Take care, my friends. I hope to see you really, really soon.
Is attempting to splice Paul's rod into another reel. They've got to splice this before the fish makes a run. Hey, tie a knot. Come here, sir. Come here. Good job, boys. First slide here. Fat one. Hell yeah. Man, you're on again. Nice. There, you bit again? They're eating that crocodile. Big time.
The crocodile works great on yellowfin
Gas coming up. Dad Leland's back. He ain't screwing around anymore.
Freaking nice barred perch.
Ah, life's good. Woo!
Good job, man.
Oh, Phil, I'm so glad you talked me into this.
Oh. Woo! What a way to start the morning. Danny Cadota and I went to Torrance, California to the Sushi Chef Institute to try these fish chips out.
A fish chip. Really? It is. That's what he said. I go, wow.
You are going to have to try these. So good.